I dare you to see the little miracles everywhere. When I was 13 years old, I moved from California to Toronto. I had gone there to get to know my biological father better, but it wasn't long before I made a new group of friends. One night, those friends had asked me to go out with them. And when we met up in a residential neighborhood and headed to the park right behind it, I realized that something wasn't quite right. I knew it in my gut, but I couldn't put my finger on it. It wasn't long before one of the girls had let me know that I offended her and confronted me directly. I tried to apologize to her and have a conversation, but she wasn't interested in that. Immediately, I was surrounded by girls, and I was led into the wooded area of this park. Slowly, one by one, they circled around me, and they began to tell me that I wasn't going to leave the woods the way I walked in. And you know what? I never did. Those girls proceeded to hit me, kick me, pick up a tree branch and hit me with it. And when they were done, they led me to a ditch in negative 27-degree weather, stripped off all my clothing down to a cami and my long johns, and put me face down in the water. They told me to stay there and count to 50. I remember feeling like they would never leave. And if they did leave, how far would they be? And if I got up too soon, then what would happen? So I waited. And when I got up, I began to walk out of the ditch. And I walked up onto a street, and I began walking down the street. There was nothing I could see in either direction, but I felt to walk. Suddenly, I heard this voice telling me everything was going to be okay, and this was part of my story. And I didn't know what that meant. I was 13, but I trusted it. It felt familiar. So I walked until I came to a school. And when I got to the school, I banged on the door, and a night janitor came. At first, he shook his head. No, we're closed. But I kept banging. As he approached closer, I saw the terror come over his face. I had no idea what I looked like, but based on his reaction, I knew it wasn't good. He opened the door and pulled me inside the school, wrapped me in a fire blanket that he found down the hall, and helped me get in touch with my family and the police. This was one of the most miraculous experiences of my life. And without that little voice in my head, without the man who answered at the school, I have no idea what would have happened to me. And what this taught me was that there are angels and miracles happening all around us if we're just willing to look. If we're willing to see it, they're there. My advice to you is that when you're feeling down, when you're not feeling hopeful, share a miracle. Share one of those moments where your higher power, where an angel, where divine intervention occurred in your own life. Walk around just for a day, for 24 hours, with the willingness to see the miracles that are happening all around you and watch how everything changes. I invite you, I know you have one, to share one of those miracles on our website, littlemiracleseverywhere.com. You can also follow us on Instagram at Little Miracles Everywhere. We'll be sharing stories of people like you and me from all over the planet who have experienced profound and miraculous situations in their life where beautiful, wonderful people and just, quite honestly, angels have changed everything for them. Thank you so much.